welcome back to MEN Studio. Today I am going to say a real life story of the shehnai of Bismillah Khan. Emperor Aurangzeb had the playing an instrument called pungi in the royal residence for the shrill unpleasant sound. Pungi became the generic name of cradle noisemakers. Few had thought it would have one day be received. A barber of a family of the professional musicians who had access to the royal palace decided to equal the tonal quality of the pungi. He chose a pipe with a natural hollow stem with that was a longer and broader at a pungi and made 7 holes on the body of the pungi pipe. When he played on it, closing and opening some of these holes, soft and melodious sounds were proceed. He played the instrument before the royalty and everyone was impressed. The instrument was different from the pungi and given a new name. The story goes on. Since it was played on the Shah's chambers and it was played by Nai Barber, the instrument was named as shehnai. The sound of shehnai became considered accusations, and it is for reason it is still played in temples and it is indispensable content of any northern wedding. In the past, shehnai was part of a now of tradition and an ensemble of the nine instruments found in royal courts. Till recently, it was only used in temples and weddings. The credit of bringing this instrument onto the classic stage was going to Ustad Bismillah Khan. As 5-year-old Bismillah Khan played Gildar near a pond at the ancient estate of Dharma Moin in the Bihar. He would regularly go to the nearby Bajra temple to sing the Bojari Chitta. At the end of which he would earn a big laddu weighing 1.25 kg, a prize given by a local Maharaj. This would happen 80 years ago, and the little boy has travelled far to earn the highest civilian award in India, the Bharat Ratna. On the 21st March 1960, Bismillah belongs to a well-known family of musicians from Bihar. His grandfather, Rasgullah Bis Khan, was a shehnai novelist of a Baju king's court. His father, Paingrom Bas, and had a paternal ancestor were also great shehnai players. The young boy took the music early in life. He was 3 when his mother took him to the maternal uncle house in now Varanasi. Bismillah was fascinated watching his uncle practice the shehnai. Soon Bismillah started to accompany his uncle Ali Bas to the Vishnu temple of Varanasi, where Bas was employed to play the shehnai. Ali Bas would play the shehnai and Bismillah would sit company for hours on end. Slowly he started getting lessons in playing of the instrument and would sit practicing throughout the day. For years to come, the temple of Balji and Mahala Maya of the banks of Ganga became the young Persian favorite haunts where he could practice in solitude. The waters of the Ganga inspired him to embrace the event of ragas that were early considered to be the bound of range of the Shiva. At the age of 14, Bismillah accompanied the uncles to the Alvilabad music conference. At the end of the recital, Ustad Faisi Khan patted the young boy's back and said, "Work hard, you shall make it." When the opening of the old radio in the Lucknow in 1938 came Bismillah's big break. In Lucknow in 1938, Bismillah's big break. He soon became an often heard channel playing radio. When India gained independence on 15th August 1947, Bismillah Khan became the first Indian to greet the nation with the shehnai. He poured his out with the radiography on the Red Fort to an audience, which included Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, who a famous prize on his destiny speech. Bismillah Khan was given many memorable performances both in India and abroad. His first trip about Afghanistan from King Zahir Shah was also taken in the majesty that he gifted him priceless Persian carpets and other souvenirs. The king of King of Afghanistan was not only be the fascinated with Bismillah's voice, music. Film director Vijay Bhatt was also impressed after hearing Bismillah's play at the festival that he named after the instrument called Kuch Ujai Shehnai. One of the Bismillah Khan composition, Dil Ka Khoye Hai, the tone and the national word headband disperses his huge accent that said word. Bismillah Khan French's film music was limited to Vijay Bhatt's Guji Unchanaya and Vikram Avengers Apana. I just can't turn off the terms artificial and gonna the film bird. He says that ambiences, awards and recognition came thick and fast. Bismillah Khan became the first Indian to invited to the perform the Pragesh Lycan Chandra Hall in United States of America. He also took part in the World Exposition in Montreal, in the Cannes Art Festival Art, and in the Oscar Trade Affair. So well known as to be international that an auditorium in Tehran was named after Tahir Musad Bismillah Khan. National awards like Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan and Padma Bhushan were conferred to him. In 2001, Musa Bismillah Khan was awarded India's highest civilization award, the Bharat Ratna, with the building the rare happiness. He said, all I would like to say is teach your children music. This is the Hindustan's richest tradition. Even in the West is now coming to start learning music. In spite of having traveled all over the world, comes up and has he fondly called in extending front of Baranas and Durham that he remained for him for the most wonderful towns of the world. A student of once wanted him to heard a shehnai school in USA, and a student promised him to recreate the atmosphere of Varanasi by relocating the temples there. But Kansab asked him if he would transport River Ganga has well. Later he remembered to say that is why whenever I have the fortune country, I always yearning to see Hindustan. While in Mumbai, I think of Holy Branas and Holy Ganga. While in Branas, I miss the unique mother of Demion. Mm-hmm. Ustad Bismillah Khan's life is a perfect example of the rich cultural heritage of life. One that effortlessly affects the remote Muslim like him can very naturally play the Shehnai every morning in the Kashi Vishwanath temple. Ustad Bismillah Khan on 21 August 2006 at the age of 19 after a brilliant illness. Has he given a state funeral and government of India declared one day of national mourning.